Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be talking about the Marlin lever action 22, sometimes referred to as the 39A. I've got three examples here, and we're going to kind of be comparing monetary value versus sentimental value. The first example I have is this super beautiful Marlin. It is over 100 years old. It's got a color case hardened receiver, has the squared lever, octagon barrel, and has an interesting system that you load because the whole case comes up and loads, opens the load port. The market value I found on these in this condition, which is near mint, ranges between about $1,500 and $2,000. This next one is quite a bit newer. I think this was made in the 60s. It belonged to my uncle, who's no longer with us, and it is the model 39A. This gun, I would say, would be somewhere in the 80 to 90% condition. It loads with the tube that comes out of it, and I would put a value on it of about $700 to $900. This one, I've looked at the number. It was made in 1966. My dad bought it new when he was in college, and as you could tell, it's been used a lot. In its condition, I would put the monetary value on it of probably $300 or less, because it is well used, well worn, and it is slick. But as far as monetary, it's probably the least of them. But as far as value goes, to me, this is well more valuable than the most expensive version here, because it has a lot of stories told with it. Every time you rack that lever, it tells a story. When I bring it up and my dad gets a hold of it, instantly starts with, when I first got that, and stories all day long with it. So this gun, in comparison to that one, has a lot more value to it, to me. And needless to say, it's not going anywhere. Which is a common thing with guns. I see it more with guns than anything is, you know, grandpa's old gun or dad's old gun. Guns just have a sentimental value about them for some people. You know, they pass them down generation after generation, and that's where the value is, not so much the dollar placed on them, but the memories, the marks, the character that comes with them, and the stories. I was talking to a buddy of mine at a meeting the other day, and we were comparing guns and talking about guns, and towards the end of our conversation, he said he was pretty concerned because he had all these nice guns that belonged to his grandparents, his dad, and he was worried that his children didn't have the same sentiment, that they wouldn't value the gun and maybe even like sell them once he passes it down to them. And I understand that, and it's kind of a sad thought to think about. So, you know, as far as these goes, these two have a great sentimental value. This one, we're looking forward to putting the value on it. So let's, I'm going to take this one, we're going to shoot it a little bit and see if it's still got a little rifling left in the barrel and if it still shoots. 56 Marlin 39A, that used to be my dad's, now mine. It's a tube fed, so we load it through the tube. And we'll take and shoot this thing a few times and see if it still can shoot straight. Now, growing up, I learned to shoot on this gun, but my dad would take and do trick shooting with it, which you kind of see a lot nowadays, but back then it was something that you didn't see often. And he would love to take this gun when people would come up and show off a little bit, do his little trick shot. So today I'm going to attempt a shot or two that he used to do back in the day and see if I can pull that off. Today we're going to shoot with a mirror and see if I can hit this target with a mirror behind my back. We're going to try something a little different for the next shot. I'm going to try to do it and film with the phone and see if we can get the actual shot through the gun sights. Well, made the shot. Thank you for joining us today. That's it for the old Marlin 39A. We have plenty more shots to try in future videos and look forward to seeing you guys back. Like and subscribe. Thank you.